President Trump holds the State of the Union speech. I played a drinking game. Every time he mentioned the Epstein files, I took a drink. I stayed sober all night. It's the Max Kevin podcast. Where's my music?
Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin podcast.
It's the Max Kevin podcast. I am Max Kevin, not to be confused with the lesser Kevins like Kevin Spacey. We're live from Tokyo, or well, I live in Yokohama, but whatever. Nobody knows that Yokohama is not part of Tokyo, except for people that live in Japan. But you guys probably don't. Anyway, welcome to my podcast. This is the first episode of the Max Kevin podcast. If you guys have been following me before, this is my second podcast. My first podcast, called the Little Cutie Podcast, ended. It's over. Bye-bye forever. This is the new one. It's on video, and I'm wearing these glasses here, Got this new microphone, new podcast, new glasses, new life, new me. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this one more entertaining than my other ones. We'll see how that goes. If you guys could help me out, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share. That really helps the algo. The entire world is controlled by algorithms right now. And if we don't give the algo what it wants, it'll eat our children in while they're sleeping. So just go ahead, click that. Click the like button, write a comment. You can just write any comment. Doesn't really matter what it is. You can just write, you suck. That's fine. The algos don't actually take into account what the comments say to push. They kind of like it, even if it's negative, that even if you start fights, the algos kind of like that. So if you could just start fights in the comments, please just start political fights in the comments. Whatever political thing you like, even if you don't like, you can just troll. You can just write things you don't believe. In the comments, just do your part and help me make this podcast popular. That would be great. That would be awesome. Well, let's see a little bit about me. I'm feeling a little puffy right now. My face is feeling a little puffy. It's hay fever season right now in Japan. Of course, hay fever season for me lasts from February until November. It's basically 9 months. But right now it's the start. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. Oh, I love being allergic to every single plant that exists. It's wonderful. Anyway, my face is feeling puffy. I don't know if I look puffy. I feel like I look like a little puff piece. I look like a little puff poof. A little jiggly puff. I look like a little puffy. I look like a little Huffington Post puff piece. I look like a little Huffington Post propaganda puff piece. You guys ever read those Huffington Post propaganda puff pieces? I mean, who are those for exactly? Who do they write those for exactly? Oh, anywho, probably no one wants to hear about my life, huh? So, you know what it's time for? It's time to make jokes about the news. Let's do it.
Make jokes about the news. It's time to make jokes about the news. We're making jokes about the news because everything sucks. Ouch!
Yeah, we're making jokes about the news because everything sucks. All right, let's start with the first news story here. Let's see, we got the American Olympic ice hockey team beats Canada in the Olympics there, Okay, let's see. It's all right, let's see here. America beats Canada in hockey. Take that, socialism. Let's see. America beats Canada in hockey. Tariffs work. Let's see. America beats Canada in hockey. Canada's the new Russia. I don't know. If you guys can think about any jokes for these news stories, please write them in the comments, and don't be sure to fight with other people about your jokes. You could say, that joke's dumb. My joke's better. Okay, anything is fine. Just click like and write a comment. Oh, anyway, you guys watch this? You guys watch the hockey, the Olympic hockey there? Okay, I was watching it over here in Japan, and they start fighting, and I'm thinking, oh, thank God, this is so boring. It's nice that they start fighting, and as soon as they start fighting, the Japanese broadcast here, they cut away. They just start showing highlights. It's like, hey, dude, I want to watch the fights. All right? That's the only reason why people watch hockey, is because it's the only sport where people can fight. They're cutting away and showing highlights. These people don't know how to broadcast anything else. Terrible. Anyway, congratulations to the hockey team, American hockey team. Of course, I don't know if you guys heard, both the male and female hockey teams both won gold. But, of course, the female hockey team didn't want to visit the White House, because Trump hates women. I know, Trump doesn't hate women. He loves women. He loves paying for sex and having, he loves taking advantage of women. I don't think he would try to sexually assault any of the female hockey players, just because of their faces. But I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him in his old age. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what else we got here going on. We got El Mencho. El Mencho, Mexican drug cartel leader. He's killed. Let's see if we can think of any jokes here. Let's see. El Mencho killed by... who is he killed by? I don't even know. Mexico's El Mencho killed. His Hebrew friends said he was quite the mensch. That's all I got. El Mencho, more delicious than El Nacho. Let's see. El Mencho. Now with more men. Joe. Oh, anyway, yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mexico is controlled by drug cartels. The entire country is controlled by drug cartels. Comedian friend of mine, he just moved back there. His flight landed the day after they decided to create chaos everywhere in Mexico. I don't know if you have seen these videos. These guys are just like lighting shit on fire. It's like that's how they mourn over there in Mexico. Every culture has different ways of mourning and different funeral rites. Like in America, we usually cremate. Japan too. They over here in Japan, when they cremate someone, your family is supposed to like go through the ashes and use chopsticks to take out the little bones that don't burn, and then you keep the bones in your house forever. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess in Mexico, when someone important to you dies, you just start lighting shit on fire. You just light gas stations on fire. Look, it's a different culture. Okay, we can't criticize. That's how they mourn, is they light shit on fire. All right, so if you want to celebrate Mexican culture, this Cinco de Mayo coming up, and you have a family member that recently passed away, just go to a Starbucks and just light it on fire. All right, it's the best way to celebrate Mexican culture. Is just oh, I don't know, man. Is that country ever going to be? I don't know, dude. Mexico. It's not looking too good here. It's not looking too good. What's weird about Trump is he's like really concerned with Venezuela and South America. And it's like, but he doesn't really seem to care about all the drug people in Mexico, which is, it's kind of next to America. I don't know. Why don't you just, anyway. All right, next story. Let's see. We got Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un, he's reelected as the general secretary. I didn't realize they had elections in North Korea. Let's see if we can make some jokes here. Kim Jong Un, re-elected as general secretary, narrowly beating out death by firing squad. Kim Jong Un, re-elected as general secretary of the buffet. Kim Jong Un, re-elected as general secretary, even though he doesn't know how to read and write. I don't know. I don't have any good jokes. What's going on? Like, who was this election for exactly? It's all performative, right? Like, there's no North Korean people who actually think there's any elections. And it's like, if everybody knows it's a lie, like, why even do it? You know what I mean? It's like, who is that? It's like the State of the Union address. It's like, everybody knows Trump's just going to lie for an hour. It's like, why even? Who is that for exactly? Anywho, you guys want to go to North Korea? Does anyone want to go? I hear it's really nice this time of year. I like how they wrote in this article. Kim Jong Un reelected as general secretary at a rare party congress. Oh, they don't meet that often? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, the politicians that don't do anything because it's a dictatorship don't meet very often? Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't realize that was a possibility. Let's see what else we got going on here. What else we got going on here? Okay, we got the BAFTA Awards. You guys ever heard of the BAFTA Awards? This is the British Academy. This is like the Oscars, but in the UK there, in the Brits. So I don't know. I don't care at all about the Oscars. Most people don't care at all. But if you ever wanted an award show that you cared even less about than the Oscars, or that you cared even less about than the Golden Globes, well, they made this one. And they're called the BAFTAs. It's they're like fifth as far as the not caring hierarchy there. Anyway, of course, big story. This guy with Tourette syndrome. I said a bad word there, And now these crazy people on the internet are crying about it, especially like the Hollywood Reporter here, A Tourette's debate sparked. Oh, really? It's a debate? Oh, what are we debating exactly? Are we debating if it's real, Is it one of those fake diseases like autism? Let's see if we can make any jokes about this. Tourette's debate sparked at the BAFTA Awards. The Oscars started debating AIDS. No one actually has it. I don't know. I can't think of any jokes. Tourette's. Whenever I hear Tourette, I think of Gillette. The shaving company. They should make a commercial. Tourette's, the best a man can get. Anywho, so yeah, this guy, they made a story about his life because like he has Tourette syndrome and it was tough for him, because like no one, I guess in the UK they didn't have any awareness of Tourette syndrome, they just kind of felt like he was a jerk, he was like an asshole. It's like, why is this guy, he'd walk by the cops and he'd be like, you're a little bitch, he'd say to the cops, but that was just his Tourette syndrome, and I guess they didn't understand, so they beat him up, But then they made a movie about his life, and now he's at this award show because they made a movie about his life, telling police officers they were little bitches, but he couldn't help it. And then he says the N-word. And then, now it's a big story. Now they're trying to get clicks. Me too. I'm trying to get clicks. That's why I'm talking about it. But the thing, the difference between me and all these other people is they don't have any shame, I feel shameful about begging for clicks, talking about this, but the other people, they don't feel shame. I'm a shameful little boy. Yeah, so one newsworthy thing about this story is this guy, they didn't bleep out him saying the N-word, but they bleeped out someone saying Free Palestine. It's like is Free Palestine a bad word? Is that hate speech? I didn't realize saying Free Palestine was Does that get you demonetized on YouTube here? Are they going to demonetize me for saying Free Palestine? I'm not even saying it. I'm saying it in context. I'm not even actually saying. I'm quoting. Don't demonetize me. Don't demonetize. Anyway, anyone debating about this is stupid. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Uranus. James Webb spent 17 hours staring at Uranus. It's hemorrhoids. James Webb spent 17 hours staring at Uranus and has found its auroras are beautiful. Yeah, there was a lot of stories. I was looking at the news here. There was a lot of stories related to this because reporters like anything that involves Uranus, And the reason why is because it sounds like they're saying your anus. I don't know if you guys realize that the planet Uranus sounds like you're saying your anus, and so it's really funny. They should rename that planet, don't you think? Because they shouldn't just rename it your butthole. I think that would be or your bum bum. Of course, the great Neil deGrasse Tyson, he never calls it Uranus. He always calls it Uranus. But even if you say Uranus, you're still saying urine. That's pee. That's you're saying pee-pee, PPS. You know? Just be a man. Come on, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Just say Uranus. Or just call it your butthole. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Those are the big planets. You know, we got Jupiter, Saturn, your butthole, your mom. Let's see. Yeah, it's got strange auroras. It's got strange auroras on Uranus. There's strange auroras on Uranus. Better get that checked out. Go to the doctor. Let's see. Anyway, what else we got here? Okay. More anus talk. We got an extremely rare fossilized anus. Could reveal reptile evolution. Okay, yeah, so they found this lizard with a complete specimen of the fossilized anus. I read this story here. It says it's not only an anus, it's for pooping, it's for peeing, it's for laying eggs and having sex. It's a four-way hole, very efficient lizard anus. And how can, I mean, if it's for peeing and pooing and sex and laying eggs, can you really call it an anus? Can't you just call it like shouldn't it be just called like a glory hole? I think it should be called, because it does everything, right? So like, it's the lizard's glory hole, you know? It's a very efficient, it's got poop and peeing, laying eggs. I mean, my butthole only does pooping, you know? And I got all these different holes for, you know, I got the ear holes for hearing. I got the nose holes for smelling. My holes each only have one function, but this lizard, it could do four in one. You could sell it on an infomercial, you know? Like, tired of your anus only having one job? Well, guess what? You can get a four-way anus for only 3 easy payments of $19.95. Call today to order. Yeah, imagine if humans had this, you know, we just had the one hole there, you know, we got the multifunctional one hole. It's like, there would be no sexual fetishes really, you know? Because like now there's people with like weird like feet fetish and like, you know, they want to put their fingers in places, and you know. But if you just had the one hole, you could, you know, it's like oh yeah, we're having sex in the same hole that we poop and pee out of. Oh yeah, and it's like, well yeah, it's normal. We're lizards, right? That's how we evolved, and so it wouldn't be like a. Do you guys understand? It wouldn't be like a weird fetish. Does that make sense to anyone? Maybe I should delete that part. Okay, I did write one joke about this news story. I did it yesterday at the open mic. It was kind of the only joke that got any laughs, so I'll tell you guys the joke here. Extremely rare fossilized anus found. Extremely rare fossilized lizard anus found. It was found next to a pile of incredibly common fossilized hamster vaginas. That was the joke. Let's see what else we got. Okay, last news story. Scientists discover oldest forms of writing in mysterious Stone Age engravings. And in the picture, this is cuneiform, which is only 5,000 years old. So Ben Cost, the author here, the author of this article, hey, why did you take a picture of what's not in the article? Okay, you're showing a stone tablet with cuneiform. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the actual artifact here. This is the actual artifact. You can see it's got some lines. It's got a little like plus X-Men symbol thing there, you know, and right below the X-Men symbol, it's got what definitely looks like a penis to me. I'm pretty sure that's a penis. I'm not an expert in ancient hieroglyphics, but yeah, it kind of looks like a penis. I don't know. The only thing is kind of a long, thin penis, though. You know, it's not very thick. It's kind of long. I guess ancient man. You know, they're probably, you know, they didn't have like internet porn. You know, they didn't have like TikTok boobs or whatever. You know, so they had to like chisel out their porn. Can you imagine these kids today? How lazy these kids are today. You know, they can just like watch porn on their phone. You know. But back in the day, back 30,000 years ago, if you wanted to watch porn, you had to chisel it into rocks, you know? If you wanted to look at some boobs, you had to chisel it. Start chiseling. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, it would take time for the porn to load, you know? It'd be like, boop, 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 loading down the screen. But imagine these guys back in the day, the time that takes to load, you start like, you're chiseling the rock, Takes like 8 hours to chisel that picture into the stone there, You finally do it, and you're like, oh, well, those kind of look like boobs. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, this artifact could push back the origin of writing by 30,000 years. Yeah, what do you guys think? You think there was an ancient society that got wiped out by a meteor or something, an asteroid? I think there probably was. There was some other society back in the day. There was another society back in the day, and now it's all gone forever. Anyway, that's enough for make jokes about the news section. Now it's time for Hot Nerd Talk.
I said a hot nerd talk. Yeah, I said a hot nerd talk. I said a hot nerd talk. Don't tell any women.
Yeah, that's right. It's Hot Nerd Talk. There's only one rule of Hot Nerd Talk. Don't tell any women. All right. All right. First story, hot Nerd Talk. We got the release date for Wolverine. Do you guys want to play Wolverine? Dude, Wolverine, really want to play it. It's made by the same company that made Spider-Man, but it's Wolverine this time. He's got claws, and there's blood in this game. He's got claws, and he's killing people with his claws, and they got blood. Anyway, so, yeah, I woke up the other day, and they're like, Wolverine new release date trailer. So I go on the YouTubes there and look for the Wolverine release date trailer, and it's like, it's just a little, like, thumbnail. It says, like, release in September. It's like, there's not even any new footage or anything. It's like, what? You could have just made this. Why is this even a video? You could have just made this a picture or something. Why even? Anyway, I really want to get that game. Of course, everyone's saying it's Wolverine. It's releasing 2 months before GTA 6. 2 months before Grand Theft Auto 6. That's like every game that comes out now, It's like, when is it releasing? Is it before or after GTA 6? Every game that comes out now. It's just another commercial for Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, I definitely want to play that one too. Anyway, Wolverine, I don't know. I guess I don't really have anything to say about that. Of course, Witcher 4 news. They gained a cinematic animator from Clair Obscure. That's my French accent. Clair Obscure. That, I don't know. What do French people sound like? Oui, oui, s'il vous plaît. They kind of sound like that, right? Clair Obscure. I can't do any accents or any voices. I can't even make my own voice sound not terrible. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys played this game, Clair Obscure. One game of the year last year. It's an old school RPG. It's turn-based combat, and you got to hit the button when they attack you. You got to hit the button to counterattack, and if you don't hit the button, then you die. It's basically the game. It's basically what should have happened to Final Fantasy. It's what all RPG fans wanted to play, but for whatever reason, Square Enix didn't want to make this type of game. So they started making Final Fantasy into like action type games, except the action sucks. So they're worse than all other action games, and they're not as good as any other, So basically every Final Fantasy from Final Fantasy IX started sucking. Final Fantasy X was okay, but 12 sucked, 13 sucked, 14 15 sucked, and 11 and 14 don't even really count because they're online games. I don't even know why. They should have been called Final Fantasy Online 1 and Final Fantasy Online number 2, so even though Final Fantasy up to 16, it really should only be 14. And Final Fantasy 16 sucked so bad, it's the only one I didn't even finish. Oh, man. Anywho, I don't want to get too Final Fantasy political here. Yeah, that's another comment you can write. You can write in the comments. Final Fantasy is awesome. Anyway, this game, Clair Obscure, I don't know if you played it. It's an RPG. It's about like French art and stuff, But I think one thing that set this game apart from other games is that all the characters are hot. That's basically, I think that's why it won Game of the Year, because all the characters are good looking. This is something that more game studios need to realize, that they need to make their characters hot. Remember Tomb Raider? Remember that game? That game sold 1 million copies because she had like these triangle boobs. All right, people need to remember who the audience is. It's young boys. All right, young boys want to see hot people. In this game, Clair Obscure, not even the women were all hot, but all the dudes were hot too, you know? They were hot French dudes, and they all kind of look the same. So okay, spoiler alert, in this game, there's the main character dude, and he like dies after the first act there, you know? And he's got like a beard and hair, and he kind of looks like that guy from Twilight. What's that guy's name? Robert Patterson? Is that his name? Robert Patterson? I don't know. The Twilight guy. The Twilight guy and new Batman. New skinny Batman with no muscle and Twilight guy. Anyway, the main character from Clair Obscure kind of looks like him. I thought it was him, but apparently they based him off this one of the developers. So apparently one of the developers for Clair Obscure, he looks exactly like Twilight new Batman guy. And well, I guess he's pretty good looking too, you know. So anyway, so that guy's good looking, and then he gets replaced by another guy who's also got the same haircut, the same hair color, and a beard. And so like I'm playing the game, and I'm thinking like, is this like the same guy? Is this the same is this like a reincarnation of the same guy? Because they look exactly the same, you know. And then there's like an old dude, and the old bad guy. He also got the same haircut and the same beard. So it's like these three guys that all kind of have the same beard and same haircut. And so I'm thinking, are these guys? Are they related somehow? I mean, it turns out two of them, their father and son. That makes sense, you know. But the one guy is completely unrelated. But why does he look like? Why do these characters all look the same? It doesn't make any, you know. It's like I'm watching the Fallout TV series, right? And like the main character's wife, she's black and she's got this haircut, and then there's this other like secret agent lady who's also black and she's also got the same haircut. It's like, hey, you can't have two women who got the same haircut. And they look kind of similar, you know. It's like, anyway, everyone in this game is hot, you know. We got the Asian chick, she's hot. She's like Korean hot, you know. She's Korean hot, which is better than Japanese hot, even though I live in Japan. Then we got the scarred French girl. She's also hot, and she's got scars. So if you're into that, you know, I guess some people might be into that. If you like the Tina Fey type woman, you know. You got the French girl with scars. And then we got the 16-year-old girl who you're not allowed to say is hot, but everybody knows she's hot, even though she's only 16. They do that. It's okay in France, you know. I think their age of consent is much lower, you know. You think there's any French people in the Epstein files, you know? I don't think, because like they still got Roman Polanski living over there, you know. It's a big deal over here, but I feel like the French people don't really care about the Epstein files, you know. Because they're making video games with hot 16-year-old girls. And, well, anyway, that's not allowed in America. That's not allowed in America. Anyway, other games should learn from this, especially Horizon. I don't know if you guys play the game Horizon. It's you shoot bows and arrows at robots. Well, I mean, the whole premise of the game kind of doesn't really make any sense because you shoot these bows and arrows at and that destroys the metal robots. Like you're shooting these wooden bows and arrows at the metal robots, and for some reason it destroys the robots. But, you know, whatever. It's just a video game. But the problem with the Horizon video game is all the characters are ugly. They're all uggs. There's no one in that video game that's like, oh, that person's hot. You know? You got the main character. She's kind of ugg. She's got kind of like a little, like, chubby little face there, you know? And, you know, we got some other dude who's got, like, the mutton chops, and he just looks like, he looks like some dude at a cosplaying convention, you know? Then we got a whole bunch of other ugg characters, you know? And it's like every woman in this video game is lesbian. It's like there's more lesbians in this game than at the lesbian convention, you know? It's like this is a post-apocalyptic world where like robots killed everybody and then became dinosaurs and now all the women are lesbians. Like every character you meet, it's like, oh, are you gay? I'm gay too. Are you gay? I'm gay. Like I don't. How many gay people are there exactly? You know, I guess in this game everybody's gay. Everybody's gay and no one's good looking. I mean, you could at least make them good looking. I don't care if they're gay, just make them good looking. Okay, I don't want to fantasize about two ugly chicks going at it. You know, I want to watch two hot chicks. You know. No one goes to the porn websites and watches ugly people. I guess maybe some people do. That's a weird fetish. I don't know what's with those people, but get on it, Horizon. You know, another thing that doesn't make any sense in this game Horizon is like they try to make it like super diverse, you know? because they got a lot of strong female characters and a lot of weak male characters and a lot of lesbians and a lot of diversity. Like every city has everybody from every race. There's like black, white, Asian, Mexican, whatever. But it doesn't make any sense in the context of the game, because in the context of the game, it's like the whole world got wiped out, and then this AI made humans again, and then it's like 200 years later. So it's like, for there to be people, a bunch of like small, like, okay, there's 100 people in this town for 200 years, and then like the races, there's still different races, but like that would mean that none of the races they never interbred. It should be, after 200 years, if it's all one village of starting out of different races, they should all interbreed and make like a mixed race. Everyone should be the mixed race. There shouldn't be different races 200 years later. I mean, it could start out that way, but over time, they should all mix. But it's 200 years later, and there's still everybody's still separate. So what that means is the people, they never made a baby with anyone of the opposite race of them. Like they're trying to make this game more diverse, but in reality, what they did is they're being racist in their game, because they're showing that there are no interracial relationships in this game. Oh, a bunch of idiots. Anyway, that game's kind of fun. You get to shoot dinosaurs with a bow and arrow. It's fun. Let's see what else we got here. Is that it for Hot Nerd Talk? Oh, the God of War cast has been announced. Yeah, I guess that'll look good. We got the one dude from Severance who looks like Thor. I remember watching Severance, and this dude who looks like Thor, I was like, why is Thor in this? He got cast as Thor, and his name is Olaf's son, so I think that's good casting. Anyway, I guess that's it. For Hot Nerd Talk. And you know what comes next after Hot Nerd Talk? Is Hot UFC Talk. Hit the music. All right, it's time for Hot UFC Talk. Let's see. This weekend we got Brendan Moreno versus Kavanagh. Is that how you say his name? Loner. Kavanagh. Anywho, I would say bet the house on Brendan Moreno. This guy, Kavanagh. He's actually pretty decent there, but he kind of faded. He fades real bad. He's one of those guys that just comes out in the first round, but then in the second round, he's like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like fighting anymore. Anyway, and so Brendan Moreno, and I think he's never been in a 5-round fight, so I think Brendan Moreno definitely beat this guy, especially if it goes to later rounds. Leuner might win in the first round, but Brendan Moreno definitely win in the later rounds there. I bet the under 4.5, because I think either Leuner will win in the first round, or Brendan Moreno will beat him in like third or fourth round, after he gets tired. He'll get sleepy weepy. That's really the only bet. There's a bunch of, let's see, Marlon Vera. He kind of sucks. I don't know. There's a lot of Mexicans on this fight, but I only made one bet. Of course, we got hot UFC news. We got Robert Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles. He's moving up to 205. He's not having any luck. He's not having any luck at 185, so he's moving up. And apparently he says he walks around at like 240. I don't know about that, dude. He doesn't look that big, but apparently he says he does. We'll see. I don't think he'll... I mean, he should just retire. Like, what's the point exactly, He's done all... He's champion. He was champion. He's done all he can. It's time to move on, Of course, he's saying, people are making fun of him, but he says he's like, I just want to try it, all right? It's my life. Just let me try it. I had, which I got to respect that, He's got to give it a shot. Why not? Why not just move it to 205? Give it a shot. See what happens. It's kind of a weak division. You can see what happens, Why not? Of course, Khamzat Chimaev is also thinking about moving up to 205 after not defending the belt there, I don't know if that's just a rumor or what there, but I think, I don't know. I don't know how big he is. Is he really that big? 205. That's a big jump, man. 20 pounds. That's a big jump. I mean, he used to make 170. There's guys at 205 that could never make 170, you know? So, but Khamzat, his wrestling's really good. And I think there's really no one in the light heavyweight division that is good, great wrestlers. So, yeah, he can definitely do that. Of course, Paddy Pimblett, he's making news for saying that his fight should have been a draw because he won the 3rd and 5th round, and Justin Gaethje eye-poked him. So he should have got a point deduction for that. But no one actually thinks he won the 5th round. Like, maybe the 3rd. We'll give him the 3rd round, you know. But he got his ass beat. Let's just look at a picture of his face. Let's look at a picture of his face here. Okay, there's his face. All right, now let's look at Justin Gaethje's face. Okay. I don't think that's a draw. I mean, you look like someone beat the crap out of you. Justin Gaethje looks like he ran into some thorny bushes, basically. I don't understand these delusional UFC fighters. I guess you got to be kind of delusional and a lot of confidence to be a UFC fighter, but there's some guys that are not, like, I would say, like Volkanovski is not, Alexander Volkanovski, he's not really delusional. Like, he believes in himself, but at the same time, he prepares and he knows his weaknesses, he knows his weak points, you know. But Paddy Pimblett, he's kind of you just got to admit your weak points, bro. You can't just be going around pretending that you're perfect, you know. You got to admit your faults if you want to improve, you know. I do that with comedy. I suck at a lot of things and I'm trying to get better at it, right? I don't go around, I'm like, I'm the best comic in Tokyo. I get the most laughs all the time. I mean, sometimes I do, but gotta be a little humble, all right? Be a little humble, okay? All right, anyway, I guess that's it for the first episode of the Max Kevin podcast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, fight in the comments, okay? If there's anyone who says anything about anything, just tell them that they're wrong, all right? Tell them you're an idiot. Just type right now, you're an idiot. Max Kevin is an idiot. And if anyone typed any other comment, just call them an idiot. And be sure to click like. And all right, well, anyway, that's time for the outro song. It's amazing what you can do with AI. That's me. I'm the best comic in Tokyo. Very humble. I use AI to make songs that just sing my name. Later.